Ask that question. Always ask that question. Well, there we are. All right. It is 6:30 Wednesday. We're here.
And we've got a guest.
And we have a guest.
Pretty cool guest.
Very cool guest.
Probably, so we'll bypass the intro because probably everybody already knows him. No, just kidding. So, yeah. Let's welcome John O'Brien to the show.
Thank you.
Also known as Job Phillies fan. Also known as Gabe Kapler's biggest fan.
Besides me?
I just want to get this guy will chew him up. I mean, if you give him the hour, we can just walk away.
All right. Well,
like
that was my plan. we were gonna start the show with just John sitting here, and we were not gonna be here because he's got a hell of a lot more notes than I.
I since October I haven't written down that many notes. I mean, I got a little piece of paper. He got like a lot of paper.
Yeah, I got.
Everybody will criticize it.
That's my notes.
But John is fresh off an appearance on the Bull Session.
Wow, it's a step down for him.
Yeah, so I wasn't quite sure.
I'm doing a book tour.
Oh, there you go.
I wasn't quite sure we were going to be able to make this possible. You know what I mean? But he's here, and we thank him.
The head's getting big.
We thank you
always
get the
big.
complimentary jar of Mario's gravy.
Special stuff.
Still warm.
Nice.
So
This is actually Carl's. Yours are over there.
Just to throw the tease out there early, there's a photo over here of Eric Pascal and Phil Booth, who will be in the store signing autographs this Saturday. We will be giving this away tonight to some one lucky fan, right? Somebody's going to win it. So,
like, share, comment.
Paste it, share it,
Make fun of John.
Yep.
make fun of John, make fun of us, whatever.
Well, who doesn't make fun of us?
Exactly.
So we're gonna give that away probably tomorrow sometime. We'll choose somebody, so we'll go over that at the end as well. But let's stop wasting time and dig right into this Phillies situation.
Okay. So we already have somebody asking what our thoughts are about Harper getting kicked out of the game.
Well, before we address that, let's kind of back up a little bit and kind of see where we're at. You know what I mean? With A, not getting any hits, B, not scoring any runs.
They're out of sync.
They're
definitely out of sync.
There's a lot of like miscues, errors. Guys don't have their heads in the game. There's a lot going on right now.
There's a lot. Well, there's a lot not going on.
Well,
That is true.
It depends on how you want to look at it.
No discipline.
No, none at all.
kind of like this show. They're disciplined.
Well, we just have no agenda,
Oh,
so we have discipline. If we didn't,
what's your take?
They're struggling. They got the farm. There are a lot of injuries for the lineup, so that's it's a little hard to complain about that. But the one complaint you can say is we need a shortstop, and you're bringing up second basemen. So the second baseman we brought up now. We got Malcolm Canelo down in AAA, batting .264. The batting average is okay, but he's got a good glove. With this team, we should be good. Andrew Romine, he's at least had major league experience. He's batting .306. You got other guys, and you're bringing up guys that don't even play that position. That's a problem.
Well, here's the problem that I have. You're making us look bad with
Sorry.
all these stats. So you're already not coming back for another show. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Where's the problem? I mean, who's running the ship?
well, is there one problem or is there multiple problems?
Multiples. The pitching staff obviously is abused. Kapler's abused them. That's my big problem with them. 10 games into the season with 3 games off, or 3 days off, and your bullpen's burned.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's, you know,
and
the
wasn't
guys
this a
out
problem
there.
last year?
And it's the exact same thing last year. You know, it's
Yeah, but this time last year you were 15-8.
Eight.
I'm just throwing stats
Well,
out
yeah.
there. That's
So-
all.
there you go.
So
Now we're 12
last
and
year,
11.
last year that became a problem later on in the season,
Correct.
and now we're starting
Right.
with this problem.
Okay.
What's it going to be like?
Okay, so it's
September,
going to
it's
flip.
gonna-
right.
It's going to flip. We're going to be bad and we're going to get good.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. Doesn't work that way.
Well, to get to the question that we have, you know, I think frustration has set in.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean? Not just with Harper.
No, the whole
You
team.
know, the whole
Right.
team. Harper's probably feeling it because of his
Yeah, contract.
large contract, the
Right.
reputation, you know, all of that. You know, did the umpire have a bad night the other night? Yeah, he sure
yeah,
did.
like I said, I saw
He
that. Like we were
sure
talking
did.
before the show, I saw that coming
Right.
because I was noticing he was missing calls all over the place. So I'm just surprised that it took that long for somebody to get pissed off about it.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to happen.
oh, you're watching the show? I just got a notification that you're watching the show.
Yeah.
So we do have several questions. Belinda wants to know if they threw intentionally at Hoskins. Yes, they
Absolutely.
did. Yes, they did.
Twice.
Well, I mean, you know, maybe the pitcher, you know, it slipped out of his hand.
3? No.
3 in a row.
No. No.
You know, the
No.
problem that I have,
Me pitching? Yeah.
the problem that I have is who did it and when they did it.
Right.
You know, that equals cowardness
Right.
in my eyes.
Right.
Mhm.
Because we didn't have a chance to retaliate.
Okay.
Right.
And you know, they picked the perfect opportunity
Yep.
to do it.
And they know
and-
they're not going to be able to do
Yeah,
anything.
tonight they're gonna have their hands
It's
tied.
going to be a warning. So,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
So, Frank had a good comment. Thinks that they need more coconut oil.
There's just plenty of
But
that.
wait, he says that every week.
I know.
He says
I
that every
know.
week. So that's a disqualifier.
And Larry wants to know about Arietta's comments.
Well, I mean, you know, it's Arrieta being Arrieta, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
isn't that what he does?
Those
Yeah.
those need to be said in the clubhouse.
It
Yeah.
does need to be said in
I
this
mean,
club.
what
So,
was said. You know, it is, but out publicly, it's a little bit.
well, now here's a third grade teacher reaction. How would he feel?
You taught third grade?
No,
Oh.
I'm just saying this is what a
Assume.
grade school teacher would say. How would he react if
They said that.
the teammate said that about him in a national broadcast?
I mean,
He'd get pissed off.
you know, he would get pissed off, but I think Arrieta has he has more confidence and more.
He's got nothing to be confident about.
No, but he has more inside of him that he would be being more negative than what those comments would be.
He can get away with it.
Well, no, if they were said to him, like if we said that, you know, after he gets shelled
So
in the
that's
second inning,
that's a I don't give a hoot kind of
Maybe.
mentality.
maybe. I mean, I'm sure what's being said about him, he's already saying that 10 times worse. Type of
But
thing,
is that what you say to,
Oh, it's definitely not.
you know, a team that's trying to win, a team that's been put together to win, you know, a team that's inspiring to win,
Struggling.
you know.
Yeah.
So Brian said the same thing that John said. Have Altair be the scapegoat.
Yeah. Got the fastball.
You know, I just, I mean, I'm all for retaliation. I'm old school. You know, I want to get it out of the way tonight.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
So
I mean?
it doesn't carry into when they come back
But
to us.
when do they play the Mets again? Did you?
I didn't agree with that.
Ah, come on. Wow, I'm
I only got
prepared.
30 pages. I didn't know.
We only have an hour.
I know. That's why I had to cut down on that one. I'm sorry.
You know, but I don't know when they play the Mets again. Is it a better scenario, you know, for home cooking?
When's the next Mets series come?
I'm so shocked that Belinda doesn't have that right
She
there.
still wants to know why they threw at Hoskins intentionally.
Well, we just played them.
Well, because, you know,
So explain to her.
well, because they're, you know, the celebration is overboard.
Right.
You know, him and
and the
Bryce.
rest of the team. Right.
Well, it's basically him and Bryce.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, they do that hugging and, you know, hammer thing together.
Right.
And, you know, And I mean, the opposing, they talked about that.
Right.
The
You know
Braves
what I
did the
mean?
same thing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I mean,
one thing to
he's-
do it in the dugout, like the Astros and Milwaukee do. They do
Right.
it. They do it all in the dugout, so the players aren't seeing it. They know what's going on because they all do it too. But it's one thing doing it right there on the field.
Yeah.
It-
Which I
right-
kind of
right out-
like.
No, I'm not saying it's not fun.
Right.
But it's also a little bit of a kind of like
It's a
bat,
slap in the face.
kind of like a bat flip when you hit the ball to the warning track.
Right.
It's a little,
So
but,
we've actually got a
June 24th to 27th.
June, not till June.
yeah,
Right.
That's
you're gonna forget about
So
that.
we've got a pitching question. Do they go for pitching now,
Yeah.
or do they wait?
No.
Because I mean, okay, so what's available?
Well, that's the question.
Right.
Right.
Bring
what's-
Cole Irvin up.
They should.
Yeah,
They
he
should.
pitches tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Cole Irvin.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But you're talking about another young pitcher.
He's another young guy, but
You know what I mean? You can't get anybody to throw strikes.
well, that's true. But you got to give him a shot sometime.
At some point, I totally
You know,
agree.
it's-
But you built this team to win and win now.
Well, yeah.
I mean, when do you go after a Madison Bumgarner? When do you go after
When he drops his
you
price.
Right.
Well, he's
Well,
already.
it's just a trade.
This is a trade with the Giants.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because now I read this morning or maybe yesterday. There's a reliever that they'd like to throw in with the deal, and make it, I guess, a bigger package. So
So did you read Larry's comment?
about
About,
Arrieta.
No, well, Hernandez. He said he had a problem with Arrieta continuing to say me, which,
And
but
you
that's
know what?
Arrieta.
That's Arrieta
Right,
being
that's
Arrieta, but back up what you have to say.
Right.
Back it up.
That's exactly
Back
right.
it up. If you were 5-0 and making that comment,
Well, that makes it.
it wouldn't
Right.
be a big deal.
Exactly right.
Okay.
Exactly
You
right.
won how many games last year? 10, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
how many
wasn't-
this year?
Right.
One,
Right.
one or two.
And when he gave up 3 runs,
You know what I
4
mean?
runs that
Yeah.
game.
So if you
You
want
know,
to be cocky,
so-
back it up.
I just, I think we all agree that comment should have stayed in house.
In-house,
Yeah.
And
Yeah. If he
and
wants
not-
to go
not
into the
made-
locker room
not made
and
public.
rip Harper a new one, have at it. That's
You
what
know,
the locker room
last
for.
year, he attacked, Kingery,
Right,
young
in the
player,
shoes.
in the press, in the news, bad. You
So
know,
when's his contract up?
you got another year.
Another year
You
after
got
this?
another year at $30 million a pop.
Jesus.
So I mean, it's just it's not good, but when everything kind of like comes together,
Right.
there's a lot of bad happening right now.
Right.
A whole lot of bad.
And it's snowballing.
You know.
So, and we,
You know.
we need to reel some of that back.
You
They
know.
need to regroup, take a step, and look and say, all right, this is what we need to do. They need to get together because they're playing like 9 individuals out there. They're not playing as a team.
Yeah.
At least that's what I see.
Well, I mean, let's break it down. When you
Okay.
only get 2 or 3 hits a night,
Right.
there's not a whole lot to perform teamwork with. You got guys running around the bases that are making little league mistakes.
So we have a comment that says the ship is sinking quick. That's not entirely false,
No,
but it's not entirely true.
no. I mean,
So they're having a rough patch.
They are, but
I wouldn't say sinking, but they're having a rough patch.
you,
Um,
it's pretty bad when you have the injuries that you do, but you can't use those as an excuse
Right.
because the Yankees have twice as many injuries, and they keep pulling another guy out of the minors. He's
Yeah.
hitting bombs and pitching well, so it's a lot of it is the scouting department, really. There's no they don't know what talent is.
yeah. I just
know,
think
it's-
with the new guys that they have coming up, I just think it's going to take time for everybody to gel together. That's my take on it.
It will,
So-
but
I don't know.
I mean, the only one that was at it late was Harper. I mean, Segura.
No, I mean the new guys that they're bringing up.
Well,
to replace the guys
to
that are
replace,
injured.
but they don't get the confidence though
Right.
in the manager. Like Drew Anderson came up yesterday, he had a good spring, and,
Yeah.
and they leave him out there to fry. It's like here, and then they send him back down today.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then they released that Pazio guy.
So on a positive side of things, Mr. Hockey, Jack Broder said, it's April.
It's
Right.
It's April.
Yeah, and he's not wrong.
It's April.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Like I said, they're having a rough patch. They'll get past it.
Maybe I got a little suggestion. I don't know
Okay.
how quick you can make the sauce,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe we need to deliver some home cooking to the boys.
Oh, to those boys?
Yeah, the players.
How many do we need?
I don't know. 25.
Oh, you got to check with the diet too.
Oh yeah, you got to check with.
Yeah, but
John's
pasta you burn off. Pasta's
It's all carbs.
yeah, you burn it off though.
All right.
You burn it off.
All right.
You burn it off. So
No, Frank, I'll deliver that myself. You can help me though.
Or do they have to do it like Kapler eats ice cream? He eats it and spits it out. He sucks on it and eats it out.
God, he's an idiot.
Yeah, I think he's gonna waste it.
Sorry, he's an idiot.
Oh no, I mean he's
all right.
he's
so
gotten better though.
okay.
He has gotten
He's
better.
at least making changes.
He's still an idiot, but he's
He's
gotten
an
better.
idiot with the pitching staff. He doesn't know. He does not know how to do
Can
it.
I throw some fuel on the fire?
Go right
That's
ahead.
Like Nicasio?
How about Gio Gonzalez re-signing with the Brewers today for $2 million?
$2 million. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, God.
You're telling me Gio Gonzalez wouldn't have helped this baseball team?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, already? All right, there you go. Lauren's on it. Never mind.
So
She checking with Kapler.
No, I was going to go and edit the video to start tagging some people, but she
Oh.
already did. So
It's,
she's awesome.
you know, it's
Definitely struggles right now.
yeah. There's a lot of problems. I think hopefully Segura comes back this weekend.
That'd be nice.
You know what I mean?
Need him.
You get him back in the lineup because he's kind of like a catalyst. You know what I mean? And one of the early things was he was hitting and getting on base and he was creating some things. But I'll tell you that series in Colorado was god awful, ugly.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't do anything right.
I was glad I was in Florida. Anyway.
Couldn't do anything right. And Colorado was horrible.
And they were horrible going.
They were horrible.
Yeah.
They were horrible, and they made them out to be like came out of their slump, and
Mm-hmm.
I just I don't know. It's a long season.
Right,
It's only April.
right.
We got
a long time ahead of us.
hopefully like John said, they start making some better decisions.
Right,
Calling up some of these guys that do qualify to play shortstop and
right.
not second baseman that play shortstop
Well,
and
Depends on what
You know.
the computer tells him to do.
well,
Well, Kapler's got his buddy though, Rodriguez. So
what did they?
So he's
What
gonna
were
be
they
happier.
calling him? Baseball,
Pittsburgh Jesus.
baseball Jesus, baseball Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh!
baseball Jesus.
Jay, that's kind of mean.
No, that's
I'm pretty damn ugly.
No, I'm the
Who's
ugliest.
who's a friend of Jay?
He's saying that I'm the ugliest one.
No, it's your friend.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, okay, then it's allowed. Get ready to say.
yeah, I mean it's.
I'm like, if this some bitch is a friend of like you or I, he got to go.
No, it's.
No, okay, that's a
You know,
different story.
When you're ugly, you can't fix ugly. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's what? He's the intelligent one here. So I mean, he came prepared. He's got stats. How do you argue with that?
Yeah.
Joe Stinger just a bump in the road.
It is.
So I guess basically what everybody's saying. It's early.
Right.
Calm down. Relax.
Right.
Relax. Don't be like me. I put my foot through the TV last night. Now I got to go buy a new one.
You too?
Okay, because I can't watch that.
No.
I
See,
can't watch that.
I was at Quizzer last night, so I had it playing on my phone while we were playing the game.
I could not watch that.
I turned it off. I'm like, it was 4-0.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to waste my battery
Yeah.
watching this crap. So I turned it off, and then I turned it back on after we got done. And I'm like, 9-0. What the hell happened?
Well,
Yeah, it was. I mean, it
intentionally
was
walked the
ugly.
guy.
I mean, the opposing pitcher who was pitching last night,
Wheeler.
5 RBIs,
Yeah.
right? The opposing pitcher 5 RBI. I mean, come on, seriously.
They run
Yeah.
bomb opposite field. Bomb.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I see these other organizations. They're not afraid to bring a guy up from Double A.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because let's face it. I mean, what's the talent level at AAA?
Right.
You know what I mean? If the guy's ready to play, let's
Mm-hmm.
bring him up. Let's get him in the lineup. You know, maybe he'll be, you know, just something that we need.
Yeah.
But the Phillies don't seem to ever want to do that. You know, they waste these guys. Look how long it took them to bring Hoskins up.
Larry's so pissed off he's not watching tonight.
Yeah, there you go. See? You know, what's the alternative? I mean, what are you going to watch?
Well, Sixers aren't playing.
Yeah, so what are you going to watch? You know,
Very
what-
true.
What are you going to watch?
I mean, if Malcolm,
Hey, Mr. Book's on.
if Malcolm can't get a chance now with two guys out,
Well,
when's he going to get a shot?
yeah.
You got a happy birthday shout out from
I
Abel.
saw that.
There we go.
You know what I
Thank
mean?
Abel.
So I have a question. Is it a 3-game series or a 4-game series?
The
Right.
Marlins.
3. So
Yeah, the Mets is 3.
The Mets is
okay.
3.
So tonight's the last one.
Yeah,
All right.
and
so
it's 4 with the Marlins,
Marlins.
right?
4 with the
4
Marlins,
with the
right?
Marlins.
Because it goes till Sunday.
Right.
So we can pretty much forget about this series.
No, you have to win
gotta win
tonight.
I understand.
You
that.
have to win
I
tonight.
understand that. Right. We're not trying to win the series. We're just trying to win the game.
Well, you can't win the series. You
I get
have
that.
to. It's one game.
I get
Win
that.
one game.
That's what I'm trying. That's what the point I'm trying to make. And Larry said he's going to watch us, not the game. So
What? Gonna keep replaying it?
yeah, why not?
You know what I mean?
Why not?
Larry, you got a better life than that.
JR's going to watch Goodfellas. There we go. My mom said she's a glutton for punishment. She's going to watch it. No, you're not going to watch it. You're going to turn on Jeopardy in about 5 minutes to see that guy go well over $1 million this time.
So what? I mean, you got a lot of stuff written down there, and I don't want to miss any of it because I'm sure a lot of it's pretty darn good.
No, it's just some stats from guys that everybody knows that I throw out.
All right.
You know, I'm a
Okay.
scout.
I'm
So-
gonna give you the manager's hat. You got one move.
There you go. You're Gabe.
You got one move.
One
You
move
got the
for
manager's
You
hat.
got one move. What would you do?
You got manager's hat and a bunch of coconut oil. What are you
Based
doing?
on this situation, you got one move you can make. What
do
would
you
you
do?
do?
Well, with the lineup being guys that are going to be coming back that are struggling, I would say you're going to have to go after a Keuchel, which is going to be a couple months. You know, for him to be ready.
Right.
You know, if he's able to come down on his price, Madbum would be okay. People want to say Cole Hamels. I don't know.
He's been pitching really well in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah,
I don't know that they want to give him
That-
up.
that's what I mean. I don't
You
know
know?
that they're going to give him up. Now they were talking about it before with the
Right.
money, but now
Yeah, he's pitching well.
with him pitching, that would be nice. You know, have him come back and be the veteran leader for the pitchers.
So at what point do the Giants, I mean, are the Giants kind of like, they got feelers out there to see what kind of package they could put together? Are they out of,
They're probably,
they're gonna wait and see where they're
Yeah,
at come July?
that'll be July for them. So that's why you got to go internally and bring up like a Cole Irvin or, and give those guys a chance. De Los Santos, he's up now. See what he can do. Your shot, Pavetta.
Russ Williams said one move, don't blow it.
Well, there's.
So
I would bring up Cole Irvin then. You
Okay.
can give him his shot.
Yeah, you're
I
not
like
getting,
it.
you're not getting any help from the audience here.
No, it's
Okay, so-
and yes,
Okay, so
yes,
that-
Ross, Nick Williams has got to be that. That's later in the show.
Right.
Nick Williams that's another Kapler. He's the Franco of last year being in the doghouse. I don't know why Nick Williams isn't playing left field and McCutcheon's in center field right now. It's that's got to happen immediately.
I mean that helps you out in a couple of areas, but it also takes
Hurts
the strength off the
hurt the
bench.
bullpen. Oh, the bull. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The bench.
You lose, and you really don't have that piece.
But
But-
you got Quinn and Altera under 100.
What's Altair batting?
Oh, 42.
Yeah.
One for 24. He's got one more hit than
How
all
is
of
this
us.
guy in the major leagues?
He knows
How?
somebody.
How does this happen?
He's got a nice body like Kapler does, and Kapler loves him, I guess. Maybe they share coconut
Maybe they're both
oil or
buddies.
something.
So we're not worried. We're not worried about winning then.
I guess not.
Well,
if you're bringing up
we are.
We are.
We don't know if he
if
is.
you're bringing Sean Rodriguez up, coming
Then you're not
play,
really-
play shortstop when he's a second baseman. At least he has veteran.
You're just trying to fill the gap till you get to Saturday or Sunday when.
I'll bring a shortstop up that's
Well-
hitting 275. 306.
But that would require some
Thought.
thought. You know what I mean?
I mean,
So
it's-
there's a suggestion that we get a doctor who knows how to treat hamstrings.
or prevent them,
Prevent them is more
or
better.
prevent
go.
them.
You know.
You know,
Yeah.
it's any way we dice this, it's been a rough, few
right.
games. It's been a rough few. Don't fall off that chair.
I'll be fine.
I don't want to have to pick you up on live TV.
I'll be fine.
But-
I'll be fine.
And you're killing Nick Williams though, sitting him on the bench and saying go out there and hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
just,
it's
he
like-
needs to play.
He needs to
You
play.
can't
He
come
needs
off
to
the
play.
bench cold and expect him
needs
to
to
do
play.
something.
Especially
needs
at
to
his
play.
age.
So-
I mean, with this team, you need veteran guys off the bench.
Right.
You know, guys that are used to it, that are
So-
like a Sean Rodriguez. He's the bench guy.
So
Type of thing.
why aren't they playing Nick Williams?
Because they got a lefty and Jason Vargas. He's 0-2 against them.
Oh, okay.
And just he only faced him once last year. But he's 0-2. So the computer says he's got to sit.
Of course.
Because
Of
you got a
course.
lefty. But
So-
Wheeler was pitching yesterday. He was a righty, and he didn't start yesterday either.
Of course not.
So so
Yeah.
that I know. I don't know. It's
So are you on that Fire Kapler Now page?
well,
What's the time? What time is it?
7:50 or 6.
We got time.
Yeah,
We
but that's
got
the
time.
I'm shocked it took that long.
We got time.
to fire Kapler. You know what I mean? It took almost a half hour.
I didn't say fire him.
Oh, what'd you say?
There's a page on Facebook called Fire Kapler Now.
Yeah.
I asked him if he was on it.
You started the page.
I joined it.
You started
I
the
did
page.
not.
I joined it though.
Yeah. Yeah, I did
mean,
too.
Last year,
See, I knew you two would get along real good.
last year he struggled a lot, but this year he's making some changes from what he did wrong last year. It's the bullpen, the bullpen and the starting pitchers that he's not still struggling.
Yeah.
It's the in-game moves too. It's with the bullpen and not having Nick Williams playing.
So, in essentiality, you say he doesn't know what he's doing.
He doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to in-game. I think.
Right.
Because he's obviously the lineup was pretty much set, which is what we've been calling for all year.
Yep.
Last year. But you had more talent. I mean, now you can't fault them right now for this stretch with
but
everybody hurting.
But let me just, we were running the same lineup out there,
Right.
and it was starting to,
To come down.
decline.
Right.
Before the injuries.
Right.
And then the injuries.
Then you make little changes.
Then you lose Odubel. Then
Right.
you lose Segura.
Right.
Then you
Kingery.
lose Kingery. You lost 3 guys, 3 starters that were making. I mean, they were making a difference out there.
Right.
And you don't have
For all those
replacements.
Odubel haters think that I'm a hater. He was doing well.
He was doing well.
Still a bonehead on the base pass, but
So,
He's a bonehead at the plate too.
well, he is, but
so
he was at least doing
okay.
a little better.
So Al wants to know if the Phillies are going to retaliate tonight.
No.
I think they're going to be told at the beginning of the game not to.
Well, the umpires are going to do
Right.
their
what
job,
they have to do.
and they're going to warn both benches.
Right.
And that's where Kapler needs to go off when he hands the lineup card in. He
Right.
needs to go off.
Right.
He needs to go off on the Mets manager.
Yep.
Take matters
Yeah.
into your own hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you think he will?
He'll point. He's good at pointing.
He's only pointing so he can show.
Right, so he was flexing as he was doing it. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't.
One and done.
No, it's fine.
One and done.
I wouldn't put it past him though.
Take your
Velasquez.
gravy. Take your sauce.
With
Just kidding, buddy.
Sorry.
You're,
With
Velasquez,
you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
I think you got like 5 lines you've used
I
up
did.
so far.
I got 29 more pages to go. But we got, Velasquez. It might be a good move for Kapler to be like, a starter. We throw Velasquez out there, throw one pitch at the guy, and then you bring Los Santos in. And then,
I will be shocked if that happens.
Yeah.
I really will.
I don't know Abel, but I like him already.
Oh, Abel's a great guy.
He's a big baseball guy.
Is he?
We'll be up in Lakewood soon to see you.
All right. He doesn't think Kapler's going to do anything. He doesn't want to mess up his hair.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
God.
Dusty Watson, that was my choice last year too for the manager. And Kimbrel, Kimbrel would be okay, but he's probably a couple weeks away. He's a little quicker to it than Keuchel would be. But
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
But-
I think you need to put everything aside tonight and win the game.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I think that's
Exactly
where our
right.
priorities need to be.
Right.
I
And
think
then
you. I think
deal
you
with it in
really.
June.
I think you really need a win. I mean, Velasquez has been giving you some quality innings lately.
Yeah.
He's,
And that's what we need.
But now he's due for a bad one. So throw out the first pitch, get beamed, and he's out of there. And then we get
Well,
they won't know
let's-
what hit him. They got Los
Yeah,
Angeles
but then
coming
you'll
in.
bring
Let's-
him in and he'll give up 8 runs.
Yeah,
You'll-
but
you'll
let's-
be down 8
and then-
nothing.
and
Let's
that's it.
wait.
And then he'll be back in Lehigh tomorrow.
Wait for Vince to start throwing bad. Then he has an
And tell him-
excuse. It slipped out of my hand.
Right.
Like the bat is going to slip out of my hand when I go up to bat. Sorry. How many times do bats go into the field?
Arrieta hit one at him.
See? There you go. So, okay. So we spent a half hour talking Phillies. So,
But it was good. It was good constructive
Oh,
criticism.
absolutely.
You only had one fire Gabe comment.
Right.
and
You bash-
it wasn't actually to fire him.
I know.
So-
it was a reference, though.
It was a reference, though, right?
It was a reference,
Yeah,
and
just
you
a
know, it was a
suggestion.
half hour of beating his ass into the ground, and
There's
rightfully so.
there's a lot of
it's
talk already about it.
justified. It's totally justified. I get it.
I mean, I
I get
turned
it.
around with him a little bit because it seems like the players like him. At least in the beginning of the season, Hoskins giving.
Do they really?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Hoskins giving the big old hug on opening day, and Harper giving him the hug, but now I don't know. Like, you know, that's why in the beginning of the year I was giving him the chance because it seemed like the guys liked him because he doesn't rip them, which, not that he should rip them, but he's got to get on them. You know,
So-
that's why Odubel and Hernandez right now struggling. Like, you got to get on them.
Let me ask you this: how about the old-fashioned closed-door meeting, players-only kind of thing? Is it too early?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
think.
Is it too early for that?
I think.
Based on
Not
what
really.
happened last night
No.
with Hoskins getting thrown at the night before with
Oh,
Arrieta,
okay. All right.
It's not because you got
you got to get it under control now.
Yeah.
you're going to be if you lose tonight you could be 4th place in the division.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the division. You can't if you're not beating your division,
Right.
You're not going to make the playoffs.
Well,
You can't be in the playoffs with fourth spot.
again, it's early.
It is early, but that's why everybody like complains about when I say stuff about Kapler or pitching staff. It's like
Well, you'll never
You-
hear me complain.
no, but you see that even in a win, like
Right.
you see the mistakes that's going to cost you down the line. Like Odubel the other day when against the Mets, he almost got picked off at third base on a walk.
I know.
Those are the plays that hopefully when you get to the playoffs, those are the plays that if he makes it, you're dead.
The Hernandez
You lose the
play,
game.
going from
Well, that
second.
too.
Yeah.
And they don't get benched for it. They don't. There's nothing. Jimmy Rollins got benched for not running out of pop up.
Which he should have.
More than once.
More than
Yeah,
once.
more than once.
And he woke up from it. But Odubel now's
Yeah, they're showing the replay now with
and Kapler's just making it too friendly.
yeah.
Because I think that's
All right, so let's fast forward this thing. We're going to spend a few more minutes on the Phillies
All right.
because this is a hot topic.
Yeah.
Okay, you're on the hot seat.
that's fine.
Okay, we're going to fast forward this thing like 30 days to the end of
May.
May, right?
Yep.
We're still talking about the same thing, same issues, same problems. You're in the middle of the pack. You're still in the hunt.
Right.
It's still doable, but you're still having the same problems. We're still talking about the same things with the manager. Where are we at?
I would make the move since he's only under contract until next year.
Right, correct.
So you're not going to let him go into being a lame duck next year. And this team's built to win.
They're built.
Yeah.
They're built to win now.
They're built to win, but the pitching staff is hurting. That's not built to win.
But we're looking at this thing 30 days from
Right.
now, and it's kind of like the same scenario.
Right. You bring Dusty Watson in. Let him coach him. He's been with these guys, all the young guys that we've have.
Do you think that
And one with them?
the respect level will be there, like when they brought Charlie in? You
Well,
know
I think
what I mean?
I think it would be a lot better. They've gone all through the minors, and he knows what they can do. And he'll give them the respect that they, got. Like it seems like I said with Nick Williams, Franco last year, Kingery even. It's you got guys that are being jerked around that by a new guy that doesn't know who they are, and if you struggle for a couple of days in the major leagues like Harper did, the past 3 days he hasn't got a hit. You know, you can't bench him because of that.
Right.
You know, but so you got these guys coming up and you're killing their confidence. You know, like Nick should be playing. There's no.
So Belinda made a prediction in spring training. 52 games into the season, Kapler's gone.
Okay.
And if they keep going the way they're going, I don't see that being wrong. So Joe Stinger asked if they did have a players-only meeting, who do you think would be leading the meeting?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a good question. You know, I mean,
I think it's between 3 and 4. Hoskins or Harper.
Hoskins is too young.
Yeah.
I'm going to go McCutcheon.
You think?
I'm going to go McCutcheon.
Yeah, McCutcheon probably is a good choice.
Really?
Yeah, McCutcheon's been there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a veteran player.
Been
You
with
know,
the
he's
Yankees, so
probably
he
he's
knows.
probably been the, you know, is he not the oldest? He's probably the oldest starter, right?
Starter-wise,
Yeah,
yeah.
but see, I would have
He's
thought that
probably
he'd be
the
too
oldest
new to
starter.
the team to
No,
do that.
No,
no,
but-
because it's a new team anyway.
Right.
And plus, you know, he's got paid. You know, like
Yeah.
Hoskins hasn't gotten paid, where you know, so
Well, that's true.
you know, I mean, he will be the leader down the line. I mean, Rio.
You hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hope.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know,
You hope.
you got Rio Muto maybe. Arrieta definitely be speaking.
Well, I'll
about
tell
it.
you
Yeah.
what. I'll tell you what impressed me.
Yeah.
What impressed me last night. You bring up JT Realmuto.
Being the first
He
one,
was
though.
the first guy over the rail.
Yeah.
And on the field.
Yeah.
Ready to go
And-
after somebody.
I mean, he was the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no looking right, looking left. Are you going? Am
Right,
I
he just
going?
jumped.
He was the first one.
Okay.
So I like that. I like
Okay.
that a lot.
Yeah.
So now,
I like that a lot.
being said,
Plus the position.
do you think there could possibly
And he
be?
was he out of the game?
He
was out of the
he
game.
wasn't,
wasn't
yeah.
he?
Yeah.
Do you think there could possibly be a bench brawl tonight?
There will be if Velasquez throws
Throws.
Right.
early. Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
I can see the Phillies in a Donnybrook. I just don't know how they'll fare.
And then we could throw Alteri out there. Let him be the first one out.
You
He
know,
could be the scapegoat.
I don't know. I mean, you know,
God.
is Kapler going to get into it with with one of their guys? You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
I can't see Rob Thompson. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
getting into it.
No.
You know, maybe Paco, the first base coach, maybe him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Capper would like to show off the muscles.
you know,
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be
I think it's
interesting.
definitely going to be
They need
interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
We'll have to make sure we get a good seat up at PJ's when we get there so we can keep an eye on it.
So,
We need better scouting though.
Yeah.
Get more talent.
That is
well,
true.
you know, you bring up a great point because they changed all the minor league coaching.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
they basically got rid of all the old guys that they had, running, the minor leagues, and they brought in this new and moved everybody up from, single A, you go to double A, from double A, you go to triple A kind of thing. They hired an outside source,
Right.
an outside source to kind of like coach these guys up,
Right.
an independent. I forget the name of the company, but there's a few apparently in Major League Baseball now where they have an outside company come in and they review the whole system and yeah,
Oh, wow.
and it started this year down in the minors.
Okay.
That.
I mean, I just don't know how much of this is analytics and is it too much analytics and we're not concentrating enough on baseball?
Right.
Well, that's like we were talking earlier.
Like last year.
But last year or before the show we were talking. Pavetta goes down to the minor leagues, and Steve Schrank has them already figured out.
Immediately makes adjustments.
Makes
Right.
adjustments, figures out what's wrong. So Chris Young's not getting this. He's getting the pass right at the moment, and Nola, he's trying to change Nola's delivery. Why? If he was only the runner or third.
But in defense
Yeah.
of
Cy
that,
Young last year.
Nola's blaming the ball
Well, he's blaming the ball, but he's
because
trying
it doesn't have enough mud on it.
Well, that too.
The ball's too slick. I mean, and I understand. When guys aren't going right, they're going to look for everything.
Right.
You
Well,
know what I mean?
but even that same thing happened last year with Neris. He struggled. He went down to the minor leagues the first game. He's got a split finger back after their pitching coach and the Iron Pigs figured him out. It's like, why isn't that adjustments happen in the major league level. You know, you can't. Yeah, it's just.
All right, so I gave you one move earlier,
Yes.
and you went Cole Irvin, left-hander. Big left-hander reminds me of Cole Hamels a
Yeah.
lot,
There's another one in red and Bailey Falter.
right?
His motion looks exactly like him. I don't know, you know. Hopefully we'll see
He
him.
pitched, if I'm not mistaken, I
Just
think
today.
he started today.
It was his birthday today.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
He didn't fare too well. He only pitched about 4 innings, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all good. So I'm going to give you another move. I'm going to give you one more move. You know.
It's 10 after. Just to
Okay.
let you know.
So one more move.
I'm gonna,
What would you do?
after getting Irvin and
Yep.
as far as player.
You got one move. You got one move on the 25 man. I thought it would have been a no-brainer for you to get, Nick into the lineup and
Nick playing, yeah.
and move Kutch to center field.
That's definitely, yeah, we mentioned that already. But yeah, that would be the definite move there. Or bring up our boy Devi and get rid of Knapp.
He hit another bomb last night.
Yep. My birthday present.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, it's
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
playing.
He's only batting 400. You know,
He's playing well.
yeah.
He's playing well in AAA.
He's only batting 400 and can't get a sniff. And Knapp's, you know,
He walks a lot.
he does walk a lot. He's got that nice bat flip.
He walks a lot.
He's got
He
that good
walks a
back
lot.
flip to get to the bat boy. Doesn't
All right,
come
so
out.
boss man over here said enough Phillies.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are getting bored.
We gotta
Sorry,
move
guys.
on. So Sixers second round. Did you see that coming?
Very nice.
Did you see that coming?
No, not at the beginning of the series.
Not
no.
after game one, right?
Yeah.
Not after game one.
But they stepped it up after game one
Huh?
and just took control. And I think New York just kind of gave up last night.
Your thoughts on Jared Dudley?
No thoughts.
Who?
How about that whole debacle?
Yeah. that was-
Right? You know,
It
but
won't happen on my team.
But
When
you know
did
what
he
I
become a
love?
leader?
You know what I love? I love the silliness of Joel Embiid.
Yeah, right.
Everything, he just takes it all, and
Yeah.
he's like a big kid.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a big kid. Meanwhile, he's sharpening his elbows. You know what I mean? I just love it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's who's the center for Toronto? Gasol.
Gasol, yeah.
You know, I mean, he's in for a rude awakening.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great series.
That's gonna be a real good.
It's going to be a great series.
Gonna be tough.
So tough.
And when's the first game?
Saturday night, 8
Saturday
o'clock.
night?
Oh, official now.
Saturday
Home?
night, 8
Away.
o'clock.
Away.
Toronto holds the
All right.
holds the court. So
Yeah, it's going. You know, I think they're
All
going to try to take Simmons away.
Hey.
It'll be fine. You know, let Butler take over the control.
They're
it,
doing
that
good.
seems to be everybody's ammo.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it backfires. You know what I mean? Because Simmons has quietly played well.
Oh yes. Yeah.
He has quietly played
Except for
well,
the first
and
game.
everybody stunk the joint up.
No, I'm saying, but he woke
You know
up.
what I mean?
He woke up from there.
It woke him up.
Right.
It woke him up.
Ooh, we
Kinda
have a
like last
prediction.
year.
Sixers
Well-
and 6.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
Chuck.
Okay.
That'll work.
I actually think it's a 7-gamer. I really do.
You think?
I think it's a 7-gamer.
Yeah, but
I
you
really
called
do.
this for 7 games too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope not for 7. Being up there
So
in Toronto.
yeah, that'd
No.
be no. We don't need that 6. I'll take 6.
You got a prediction?
I'll go with 6.
Sixers and 6?
Yeah, sure.
Thoughts?
That sounds good.
Sixers and 6?
Yeah, because it's not gonna be easy.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not gonna be easy.
I like the Sixers and 7. So
7.
yeah, I
Um,
love a game 7.
Oh no,
it's
it's a great game.
I love a game 7. You know,
It would definitely be a good game.
I
It's
watched the Toronto Maple Leafs melt down again to Boston last night, game 7. I just
just nothing like hockey with
You
game
know.
7s.
But,
So did you want to talk Eagles?
here's another subject on fire. How about this whole Donovan McNabb, Carson Wentz thing? Huh?
Yeah.
How about this?
You know what? I'm so over that.
Yes.
I'm done with it.
I thought at some point, like as old as Donovan is now, he's still an immature piece of crap.
Yes, he is.
He's just an absolute immature piece of crap. He's still looking for attention.
Yep.
He's still looking to be the guy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Like Lane Johnson said, you won't be welcome in this town anymore.
Right. Oh,
You know what I mean?
Ooh,
So,
we have a Raptors in 7.
Tim.
Tim, come on, Tim. No gravy for you.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that whole thing's kind of crappy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I mean, we all know the injuries with Carson. You know what he's been dealing with,
Yep.
what he's still dealing with. We get it. We every one of us Eagles fans have lived this.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
You know.
nab at every chance.
You know, and so
Good
maybe
count.
some of that crap that that Owens guy said, maybe some of that stuff was true.
Right. Oh, I'm sure it is.
You know, maybe some of it was after, you know, Mr. T.O.
I mean, you had
Huh?
like 30 idiots going up to New York for the boo him because Angelo Cataldi wanted it.
Because who they want? Ricky Williams, right?
Williams.
Ricky Williams was
Yeah.
the choice.
I mean, instead of taking the high road and laughing at him that they booed him because it wasn't the right choice.
Right.
Obviously,
We don't boo our fans or
No. Our
players on the
So
show.
we have a question.
No, you know.
Who do we think the Eagles pick tomorrow?
I'm going linebacker or D-line. Definitely a defensive player.
Okay, there's 3 names here: Gardner, Johnson. Oh wait, is that Gardner, Johnson, or Ford?
Depends on who's left. But.
Yeah, that's
being
true.
being at 25.
I think there's going to be some pretty good ball players.
There is.
You know.
There was a little bit of a sneaky wide receiver that they say that might be.
But that would probably require trading Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you're gonna draft a wide receiver at 1, he's got to play.
Right.
He's got to play, and he's got to play now.
Right.
And I don't have a problem with that, but I just think they need to address the defense. They have
The defense is the big choice.
other than
On the edge.
Nigel Bradham. You know, what other linebacker do they have?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I look for a defensive player in the first round. They have 2 second-round picks.
Right.
And that's key. That's huge.
Right.
2 second-round picks. So,
What time does draft start tomorrow?
what is it?
8 o'clock.
8
8
o'clock?
o'clock?
I think.
Yeah. First
Okay.
round's tomorrow. Friday's the
That's 4
big day.
days.
Yeah, Friday's the big day.
I think it stops on Saturday. If I'm not
Is
mistaken.
it? So it's 3 days.
You know,
I thought it was Sunday too.
Does it go Sunday?
Does it go Sunday?
I don't think it does.
No, I think it's
So it's 3 days.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But
All right.
you know, it's an interesting draft because the Eagles got old, bringing
Right.
back a lot of older players.
Yep.
They got old, so I think they need to draft, you know, to for position.
And the good thing for the Eagles is they're not the need that they need. There's enough of offensive linemen and defensive
Yep.
ends.
Harper hits in the Utley's corner,
Yeah. That they
and we score.
that we can
There you go.
not stretch. There's enough guys out there.
Yeah, they've been known to reach in the past
Right.
years,
Yeah.
but you know, I mean, that's been. I don't think that's been Howie. You know what I mean? Howie's been pretty conservative.
Right. No, he has. And
He's
he's
been
done okay.
pretty conservative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he swindled them picks out of Cleveland. Come on.
Yeah, he's better at the trades. The picks. We need a little help more with the picks. Carson was okay so far.
So,
All right. It's 20 after.
subject that's on fire, that nobody really wants to, should talk about,
But we're going to talk about it.
but we're just gonna dance
We're going to
around.
touch on it
We're
a
gonna
little
dance
bit.
around it a little bit because it's
We have to.
a very
I'm sure we all feel the same way.
hot topic right now.
Yes.
This whole Kate Smith,
Yeah.
you know, situation with the Flyers, the statue. I've seen a lot of older guys that were close to the Flyers, you know, that have made some comments that, you know, they can't believe, you know, the direction, you know, that the Flyers went with this.
Yeah.
You know, it's a situation that, I mean, come on. God bless America.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
does it get any better than red, white, and blue?
No, it
You
doesn't.
know what I mean?
It doesn't.
You know, we're unfortunately talking about a situation, how many years ago?
88.
Yeah.
88 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which-
What happened to the other 40 years the Flyers were here?
Well,
50
you know,
years.
so here's the thing. If they would have researched the song, which I'm sure they did not, they would have hopefully felt different about it, because it was not what it seemed. But I think they're just doing the politically correct thing, and
Well, they followed the damn Yankees.
right.
the Yankees pulled the plug, so the Flyers like, well, we better do it.
Yeah.
You know, if the Yankees did it, we better do it.
I know. I
No
know.
reason.
Hey, Ryan made it home okay.
You know.
So,
But what I am glad to see, and kudos to him, if I ever meet him, if I ever see him,
I think we should go down there.
the mayor of Wildwood,
Yeah.
you know, would like to inherit the statue, and he will continue to play God Bless America at 11 a.m. every morning.
Yep.
I just think, we need more of that. We
We
need
do.
more of that and less of the other.
We do. We
You
do.
know what I mean? And I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. I love Kate Smith. I
I'm
love
going
that whole
to
thing.
interject some comedy here. Take a guess who Jack blames for this.
Paul Holmgren,
No.
No. Another
Jake
one.
Voracek.
Yeah.
He stole
Oh,
so
God.
Jake stole the statue.
You saw it. Some
So-
people thought it was gritty, but it was actually him.
But
See, Belinda wants to know why they did it under the cover of night.
well, because that's when it always happens.
Right.
That's
So
when
they
it
didn't
always
want a
happens.
big crowd down there
You know.
to protest or whatever. So they just got it done in one night. It's done. So
You know, it's just I saw Lauren Hart made a comment today, and I just it's a very sensitive issue.
Very
It is.
yeah.
It's a very sensitive issue. I mean, this is unfortunately, I went to school in the '70s in Southwest Philadelphia,
Right.
and there was racial tension back then. You know what I mean? And some of my best friends were African Americans.
Right.
And they were my best friends and had my back all the time. You know what
and
I mean?
that's the way it
So,
should be.
I just, I want to leave it there because I don't want to say anything, that
Yep.
I shouldn't. You know what I mean? But I just think, we need to move on. We need to all get stronger.
Exactly right. So
You've got some important messages to send out. Some important work to do.
yeah, I got a couple things I want to I guess promote.
Okay.
But you have something too. So
You
we're gonna
go
get to that.
You go first.
Okay, so I mentioned to everybody last week about the golf outing on May 31st for Wild Bill Guarnieri. Again, I'm going to try to post a link on here. So if we have any golfers out there, we need golfers for, I think it's a 12 o'clock start,
So
shotgun.
we need one more for our foursome. We need one more. One
Okay.
more
I
guy.
used to play at Penn
So,
Did you?
Yeah.
See? You hang them, I'll bang them.
there we go. So, that's May 31st. There's a dinner afterwards, and Steve Kurtz is going to be the DJ. He's a very well-known DJ in Delaware County. So yeah, he's a good guy. And also
Paxton Hollow, right?
Paxton Hollow Country Club. It'll be the dinner will be at Anthony's in the ballroom. I think it's $120 if you want to golf, and that includes dinner. If you want to do just dinner, it's $60.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a good time. Also, June 14th, Friday, Dom Herrera will be appearing at the Columbus Club in Clifton Heights. Tickets are $75, and meet and greet would be an extra $25. So I'll be there. I know that.
Have you ever seen him?
No.
He did he did Claude Giroux's event a couple of years ago
Okay.
down at the Philadelphia Comedy Club.
Right. He's hysterical.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean, I've seen
He
clips
holds nothing back.
of him. No,
Nothing. He'll
he
take this Kate Smith thing to a whole new level.
Yep.
So yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's always a good time at the club.
Okay, so we
No
got
matter what.
the golf event. What's the
Golf
date?
event's May 31st,
May 31st.
and then June 14th is Dom Herrera.
June 14th.
Yes, which is a Friday.
There you go.
They're both Fridays.
There you go.
So
There you
there's
go.
my two things.
Yeah.
All
So
yours.
we've got this Saturday. We've got two of the Villanova champions in the store, Eric Pascal and Phil Booth. They'll both be here at this table signing autographs from 11:30 to 12:30. Somebody from tonight's
We'll
show
win this.
will win that autographed 8x10. So
It won't be Jay.
no, he ripped you. It will not be Jay. I guarantee you that. so we got that going on, and I know I've reached out to a ton of people to, for my own personal page to like this Fans View page. We're trying to get it to grow, and I appreciate you guys, liking it, sharing it. We try to have fun with this every week. We just want to have fun and talk sports.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
What better
And,
time is there?
It's just an hour to get everything off our chest. You know what I mean? Right?
Mhm.
You feel better, right? You feel better about it, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Every week he brings it. So I'm going to start stockpiling it and selling it in the store. I'm going to get a little refrigerator and start selling it in the store.
Oh my God!
So,
I changed the recipe a little bit.
I
So-
don't like change. There was nothing wrong with the original.
I got the changed version.
You got the better version.
Oh, okay.
I'll be the decider of that. The first stuff was pretty darn good.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go back to the original.
Hey, you're the marketing guru.
No, that's Frank.
Oh,
I just know how to cook.
you're gonna start wrestling now?
No. No. Wait a minute. Frank, what'd you think about me wrestling with you guys?
There you go.
We'll talk. Although, lycra onesie? No. Not doing
I
that.
could see you coming off the top rope.
Yeah, you go.
Well,
to the
that I
gym.
can do.
You go to the gym.
I do.
So
I do go to the
should be
gym.
good.
All right. I need coconut oil.
You'll be Gabe Kapler. You'll put your hat on backwards. And
Closing comment?
It was a very good time. I
Okay.
enjoyed it. Just
Hey, what I get, $20?
just want to wish my parents happy anniversary.
Oh yeah, how
Oh.
many years?
48.
Wow.
Wow, 48. Nice. Nice.
That's unheard of.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Wow.
48. Very
God
good.
bless them.
We don't know.
God
we don't
bless
know the
them.
whole story because I'm born the day before their anniversary, but I think
All right, that's the end of the show.
So,
we don't know if it's actually 48 or 47, but they just
I'm sure they're
adjusted
gonna.
it.
Appreciate
Oh,
this.
I tell them all the time.
God.
So my dad forgot yesterday. My birthday was the 23rd. He thought it was the 25th.
God.
Because it was afterwards. So
so May 4th. Are you going?
I am not. I told you I've got Philly's
Oh,
first
that's
row
right,
tickets.
Jimmy Rollins.
It's Jimmy Rollins
All
night. I got first row.
All right. I'll be there,
I
Frank.
get this opportunity. Frank knows. I paid my dues. He got my check. He got my check. He doesn't care.
I'll be there, Frank. Don't worry about it.
I mean, you got to run them dates by me.
Right.
I mean,
Didn't know the wrestling community revolved around Carl.
Well,
it doesn't. But it's just another event. You know what I mean? Do you think
One
I
of the
want
major
to?
No. May 4th is not my wrestling debut.
we might have to not go to the Rollins game and watch that.
Yeah. Now I have a feeling he's going to pull me up into the ring.
Hey,
If you do that, Frank, no gravy for you.
no,
So,
it's
all right.
You're
it's
the gravy Nazi.
I ain't the gravy nuts, yeah.
it's I mean, there's a lot going on this summer.
There is.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There is. I got a lot of stuff going
There's
on,
a
too.
lot of stuff going
So.
on. We've got a couple games out in Reading.
We do.
You know what I mean?
May
So,
7th.
May 7th.
May 7th,
Yeah.
up in
So-
Reading, we'll be there.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks
Appreciate
for, I mean,
Appreciate it.
I know you probably didn't get through half of it.
No, we did all good.
You know what I mean? Maybe not much will change the next time you're on.
Probably not. Probably not.
You know what I mean? It's got to get better, right? It has to.
Well,
so.
no, it doesn't have to.
I don't see where it's going to get better. That's the problem.
I'm
Well-
going to remain optimistic.
Well, I mean, just
We're winning.
just the pitching staff. I mean, it's just
Just to let you know, we are winning.
unless you're going to go out and you got to make trades.
But can it always to be the same way? When
well,
you're
you shot Pavetta, like off. You're not giving these guys confidence. And they throw out there. I mean, they both are talented pitchers, but you burn them out. And you can see when Pavetta's body language that he doesn't have it. If I'm an idiot that can see it on TV, that he's when he nibbles on the corner and he doesn't get the call, then he throws it right down the middle and he's
Right.
and I guess that's where I thought, and I know there's only so many mound visits allowed. I thought having JT as your catcher, you'd have a better understanding of, these young pitchers,
Right.
or even Nola and Arrieta as it
So far this
stands.
year, right?
You know what I mean?
But I mean, Chris Young's got to take.
Let's
take some
just
responsibility.
hope and pray that,
Of course.
that it gets better.
It'll get better.
You know what I mean? We got a long summer.
It'll get better.
We got a long
May's
summer.
gonna suck. They're gonna fire Kapler. They'll bring in Dusty, and everything will get better.
There's two.
Well, you
But
wanted to
the
end the
over-
show on a good night.
The
No,
over-under
right?
was 12, so we blew out the over-under. I mean, it was.
I was the
10
odd
less.
man out tonight. I tried to keep everything in check, but
We did pretty good.
we
You
did.
wanted to end the show on a good note. Firing Kapler is a good note.
Well,
Hey, makes us happy.
Right.
until next week.
Until next week, we will be here
Thank you.
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
6:30. Be here.
Have a great week, and thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks.